Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Clangin Bangin with Mikey, episode 168. And today, since it's still cerebral palsy month, we're gonna talk about cerebral palsy. As you guys, most of you guys know by now, hopefully, because we all walk around with a computer in our pocket, that cerebral palsy is classified as a traumatic brain injury because it affects your fine motor skills, the way you walk, your speech, all that stuff, right? So yeah, with that being said, more often than not, boys are the ones born with cerebral palsy, and it's most of the time it's black boys who are born with cerebral palsy. Now, there's many different reasons as to why people think it is or whatever it is, because of your lack of access to adequate health care, your environment that you grew up in, the food that you eat, so all this other stuff, right? There's a plethora of, let me bring this up. There's a plethora of different as to reasons as to why. Nobody really knows why cerebral palsy happens. It just does, whether before birth, during birth, or right after birth, right? But basically, what it has to do with is some say it's a lack of oxygen to the brain or whatever it is, and and it's also situations where premature births are involved in it. I am a triplet actually, so there was three of us, and yeah, and we all had cerebral palsy, and so when we were born at 5 months, so and we were born 5 months, 4 months premature. So we spent we was born at 5 months, and so we spent 4 months in the incubator, and the challenges were difficult. It was definitely something that we had to overcome a lot, and we had to just we couldn't really do everything that we wanted to do. My little sister, she didn't live that long. She lived 9 hours, and my brother just recently died a month ago from um, complications. So now there's only me, and growing up, we couldn't really do everything that we wanted to, and it was never really like woe is me type of shit or whatever it is. It's like we just found ways to make it work. And one thing about my brother, like he was a numbers man. He was just like, and his memory was so sharp too. Like he could always remember like what the person was doing, what they were wearing, all kinds of stuff, right? And he would definitely be one to light up somebody's day, and he would always have something good to say about somebody. It didn't matter what their situation was or everything that they were going through. He was always there, no matter what. That's the type of dude that he was. Me, on the other hand, I was a little jaded, um, and everything. But to get back to the point, cerebral palsy, man, it's not a disease. It's not something that you know that that affects any other part of your body. Um, but the downside of it is that once you get that disability, it does not get better. But on the flip side, it doesn't get any worse. So that's what it is. And I think that's important to realize that, man. It's like 'cause a lot of the times, people want to be like, oh well, like, um, they want to pity you, they want to have sympathy for you simply because you're different, and that's not what people CP want. I can tell you from first experience. My girlfriend, um, I love that girl to death. When we first started talking and everything, she told me something point blank. She's like, yo, wait, what does your physical disability have to do with anything? I was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah. She's like, I like you for you. You know, I love you for you. Like, what are you tripping on, right? And that right there, when she told me that, it kind of just made me be at ease because I was able to be like, okay, cool. Like, she sees me, right? And I think that's what we struggle with, man, a lot. Because we're constantly being labeled and we're constantly just, you know, not being shown that people see us for who we are. And when that happens, it's something that's nerve-wracking because we're like, okay, like, but what do we do with this? What do we do with that? Boom, boom, boom. And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very difficult thing to overcome mentally. You know what I mean? But I gotta credit my parents for that, man, because they instilled in me and my brother that, you know, treat people how you want to be treated, and if people don't vibe with you, that's their loss. If people don't do X, Y, and Z with you, that's their loss. And reflecting on my brother and his passing, man, it's like he was such a headstrong individual, and he never once had anything bad to say about anybody, and even people who would be fucking up, you know, he would always he would always believe in them, and always had their back no matter what. And I was talking to one of his friends this morning, and we was talking about this guy that we went to high school with, and he ended up going to prison for selling drugs and everything too. And that individual, he was a great athlete, you know, great athlete. And when all that happened, I remember in high school, this one particular individual called my brother a leech, and I was like, bro, you don't understand, man. It's like, with my brother, you gain a friend for life. You know, it's like, till his dying breath, he's always gonna be there for you, no matter what. You know, no matter what it is, he's always gonna be there. And when this said individual got in trouble, this individual was on social media saying, like, everybody left me, this and this and that, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yo, you know, 20 years ago, you know, 15 years ago, you know, you had somebody in the corner who was solid. You had somebody in the corner that was always going to be there for you no matter what. Even when the chips are down, he was always going to be there for you. And he fumbled, you know, and he fumbled greatly. And when I say that, it's because it's true. A lot of the times, people don't know the blessings that they have in their life. And when you go through certain things and that those things make you jaded, or they make you very unreceptive to what genuine people really are. And I think that's important, because you don't, like, nobody gets through life doing shit by themselves. Nobody does that. And nobody gets to where they, you know, want to go or need to go or have to go by themselves. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody gets to where they want to go, where they need to go, and where they have to go by themselves. And I think that's important, because everything that people do, there's pros and cons to it, right? And I think at the end of the day, when you sit back and you look at certain things, people like my brother, he always saw the good in people, but he was always gonna, like, he also was gonna tell you, like, okay, like, you fucking up, bro, like, X, Y, and Z, like, what the fuck are you doing, right? And that was important, I mean, because it's like, you don't get another opportunity to you don't get another opportunity to get another genuine people in your life a lot of times, right? Most of the time when shit like that happens, you end up people only love to be around you because of who you are, what you are, and what you can do for them. My brother, on the other hand, it didn't matter. He always saw the good in people, and he always was one to always call people, always text people. And when I say text people, he be texting people every day, right? And it was funny, man, because he's always telling me, he's like, bro, I can't give up on so and so. Nah, so and so need me. Like, dog, what you talking about, right? And he was like what? He's like, yeah, so and so needs me. I was like, whatever, man. He's like, so. But it's unfortunate that a lot of people will not be blessed to meet my brother and to understand how good of a person he really was, and how good of a person that he could show people how to be. Because my brother, he was born cerebral palsy, same like I was, but he used a wheelchair and he never once complained about anything. He was like, yo, bingo, bingo, bing, boom, 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 boom. And even like I said in the eulogy, I said, like, he would always stop me from tripping. He would literally say, like, what you complaining for, bro? We good, we blessed. Look at where we stay at, 100%. And he was right. And most of the time when I was tripping over something, it was something trivial and stupid, man. It was Manini. And I didn't understand it at the time, man, but everybody needs a brother like mine, man. Like, where he literally, whatever room he rode into, he lit it up. Whatever room he was in, people just gravitated towards him. And it was simple, man. It's like, he is the type of person that you wanted to be around. He's the type of person that you wanted your kids to be like. He was the type of person that, you wanted your sons to be like. And I think that's extremely important because, like I said, you don't get to where you need to go, to where you want to go, and where you need to be without other people to guide you along with them. And with my brother, he was the one person for me where I could just bounce ideas off of, just if I was going through shit, he'd be like, okay, bro, like, is it really that serious, or are you just tripping? And majority of the time, I was just tripping. Majority of the time, I was like, man, fuck this. He's like, nah, dog, take it easy, chill out, calm your head, go off somewhere, nigga. I don't know what you gotta do, but go figure it out, right? And he was always that sounding board, bro. It was like, I remember I was going through some bullshit with this girl I was kind of crushing on, but it just wasn't that. And he was like, man, dog, stop talking about it. I was like, what? He's like, dog, she don't want you. But there's somebody else out there who will. So fuck her and go find you that person who wants to be with you. And it took me a while, but it was great advice, because when he met my girlfriend, the Friday before he passed, and he told me something I'll never forget. He was like, yo, that's the one. Don't fuck it up. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He's like, that's the one, man. Don't fuck it up. And I gotta honor that. So I think that's important, man, to take the lessons that other people are trying to teach you and try to implement them into your own life. And I, for one, I ain't perfect. I'll tell you that right now. But my brother was a solid example of how to live your life to the fullest, and I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know how long I got left on this earth, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, y'all, this is about 15 minutes of your life that y'all won't get back. Hope y'all keeping the 4 P's, private play, positive pushing, and I'll see y'all next week. I love y'all, ghosts, and like I always say, know your worth, because you're better than what you are. Peace.